What up, everyone? Midnight Warden here. Kind of giving a bit of a general idea of what I do on a day-to-day basis and some of the hobbies or stuff I do outside of, well, the nation and work and whatnot. So, kind of give you a rundown of what I do and what I like to do, kind of things. For the most part, like hobby-wise, I wouldn't be in Midnight Nation if I wasn't a big gamer. So, it's one of my major hobbies. Big into cars. I like to tear them apart, put them back together, see how everything ticks, how everything works. Mainly older style generation vehicles, kind of 2010 and older, because to me they're easier to work on, as much electronics or dumb shit to get in my way. But big fan of that. Love watching like supercars and drifters and all that fun stuff get built, raced, pretty much used and abused to their fullest, how they should be. I'm a big fan of anything that has to deal with anything racing, honestly. Doesn't have to do specifically with cars, but that's one of my main intakes in life, is watching and enjoying people's vehicles and how they use them. I don't get to physically watch or deal with some of that stuff being out here in, the desert, Vegas. There are car shows, yes, but they're quite expensive, honestly. They're great to go to. I've been to a few of them, but it's a little harder to deal with trying to talk to people and dealing with stuff out there, because a lot of people are already getting their attention drawn to others because, they made it there first, so good on them kind of stuff. But I don't know. I much prefer the ones out in California or Arizona, because they're, I don't want to say smaller. They just have a smaller community that flows to them because of the areas they typically show in, which to me is great. More opportunities. Trying to think of anything else that I could throw into there. I guess I could throw in, I'm a big foodie person, so I like to go out and eat stuff. I'm also quite fat, so I do a lot of fast food stuff too. I don't go to as many restaurants as maybe some of my friends or family, but really, food's food. As long as it tastes good, I'm happy. Like for Christmas, went to Buca di Beppo, very old Italian restaurant. Loved it. Beautiful. I could eat there daily, but it's expensive. It's also meant for big people, like moi. Big dude. Mainly fat, but big dude. Other than that, really, some of the favorite spots I like to go to. Was always a big fan of buffets because, endless food is always an amazing option for somebody like me. So, being out here in Vegas, not very many left, but there is Golden Corral, and I've always been, I'm going to say, accepting of Golden Corral. I can't say they're, in love or anything with them, but always accepting of them. They've always had good food. I guess this probably move away from typical bullshit from that. Some of the other things I like to do, outside of the gaming community, is I have 3 dogs and 2 cats. I'm a big animal person. Try to give them as much attention and time as I can, but everybody has their businesses and their stuff to do on their day-to-day mark, like work, daily routines, or family if you have them. Don't got anything past parents, so I can't associate myself with that kind of thing right now, but I mainly occupy my time with work and the few hobbies that I try to keep up on, because everything's getting so expensive lately, so it's kind of hard to do some of the hobbies I like. Kind of slowly turning into a hobby watcher than a hobbyist, to be honest. But for what I can do right now, that's what I can do. Chill. Continue on. I guess another. Okay, I brought up day-to-day plans. That was something I was kind of asked to explain. I'm a very step-by-step individual. really plan too far out because it may sound stupid, but I don't like the idea of being irritated at having to change a plan because I made it like 2 days ago. Unless it's something important or made with specific individuals that I don't mind doing that with. But like I tried not to plan very far in my head or very far ahead in my days, just so that if anything does happen to change and it's out of my control, I'm not expected somewhere. I'm not gonna have somebody irritated at me or irritate myself or be irritated at somebody else because my plans were changed into something else. I just try to keep everything open so that if something does happen, I'm available for it. So I do have my typical morning routines and like sleeping routines, but other than waking up, showering, brushing my teeth, and getting ready for work, it's just a typical routine. Nothing fancy or special. Same thing with sleeping. Brush my teeth, get ready for bed, crawl into bed, be done with it. So it's a little tidbit and look into who I am and what I do. But lovely putting this on for y'all. I'll see you on the next one.